This is a pretty good read that I got to see when we were looking at the preseason tour of what we saw from Liverpool. It's really exciting, and I'm really curious to hear what your thoughts are. So I'm gonna be reading it out to you, and I want to hear what your thoughts are. Let me know what you think, because it came from the Liverpool admin, looking at how everything was going on. So it's really gonna be an interesting way of showing how they were rating the teams. So it's exciting. Listen to this. But before I actually go into that, I just wanted to let you know all the players that were not yet back are back, except of one, Alisson, who seems like has been given a longer break than the others. I don't know, there might be personal reasons, family reasons, you never understand. They always make sure that they prioritize the players first when it comes to Liverpool, and I really respect that about my club. But before we go in, click the like button, subscribe to the Connect. So let me just cover the little thing of all the players that are back. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Darwin Núñez, Lucho Diaz, as well as Virgil van Dijk, and what's his other guy's name? Cody Gakpo. They are all back, as well as Joe Gomez. They're all back in AXA training ground. They're already heating up in terms of the trainings and whatever they're really expecting to be doing. So that's good for them. Let's see what happens. But listen to what was said over summer. A couple of players who performed in this Liverpool squad, and why maybe some of the players I'm talking for them and saying that they are really exciting to see how far they can go in terms of what Liverpool is building. They started with Callagher. Remember, Callagher she was one of the players we were told in the beginning of the summer that he could be one of the players who leaves because he deserves to be one of the first team goalkeepers. He has what it takes to be one of the best. So one thing that was said, they said Callagher is incredibly strong and is one of one Jew, could start as one of the most in teams. He could start for one of the most teams in the Premier League from strength to strength, better with his feet in comparison to the shaky against Arsenal. He's really one of the best. He could be a number one for anywhere he goes. And I understand he's really one of the best. And in some point, when you really think about it, especially because we have Alisson, you would actually think that maybe he needs to go get first team football. But maybe because he's still young, Alisson could about to be leaving. You never know, contract issues and stuff like that. He could be end up to become the number one for Liverpool. So I don't know. It's going to be something that you keep an eye on. They also talked about the Conor Bradley. As they said, he drove with the ball well, defended well, and linked up well with attack, as well as he did so well in the rest of the season. Trent is special, but a real conundrum for slot, as Bradley ticks all the boxes. A well-rounded fullback. And it's interesting, every single time when you watch Conor Bradley, you always see something special that you always end up smiling with and excited because he shows so much in terms of how he controls the game and how he actually give us some excitement. And I just wonder that maybe, just maybe, if Real Madrid comes calling and take Trent Alexander-Arnold, can Liverpool really cry when we have a player who's showing that he could be one of the best in the near future? Let me know in the comment section. They also talked about Konza. As he said, strong in duels, plays ahead of his years, very comfortable playing. Okay, so they said comfortable playing in the incisive with the ball into the midfield, the slot demands, and a future England regular, to be honest, because one thing that we've seen with Konza, especially I think if there's any highlight game that we need to look at him was the Arsenal game, what he did and what he showed us. It could be something special. He could actually rise to become one of those best defenders in the Premier League if he's really done so well and is really coached so well. So I'm curious, because when I think about it, when I look at it, really, when I'm being honest, the starting full defenders for me, it has to be Konza and Virgil van Dijk. And that reminds me of the time when Joe Matip got injured with that ACL injury and Konza was asked for it, and he said that I understand he's a legend, he was injured, but he showed also some brutality and said that if because of him, he came in to try and take the positions from people as like Matip. So if they give him the opportunity, he would take it. It wasn't said that he was happy that he was injured. He was just saying that he was there for the competition to push those players so that people can start shouting his name like we are doing right now. So I don't know what you think about it. I just thought I should put it out there. Konate struggled with the ball and looked shaky at times. Started as left centre back, looks third choice at the moment. having to bear in mind he's only been there for a week. Some have already been strictly taught into the slot bomb, what slot wants. And Konate, of course, he was not playing so much in the French team, but you would understand that he is looking shaky. He could develop and become better, but at this moment, I feel like the one who's going to be running around with that jersey has to be Konza. He is a good player, and I can't wait to see if the slot can defend, can help him, can really improve him to become one of those players that could actually fight for his position. Let's see what happens. Konstantina Tsimikas, or should I call him Tsimikas, what everyone calls him. So what they were saying was this: well-rounded performance, looked strong and fit, defended with aggression and agility, looks comfortable with what slot demands. A go to go with his performance. It was actually an amazing thing to see. And somebody said this, looking at Tsimikas, I've been really reading and listening to so many people, so many voices. That's why I always do, so that I give you good quality information whenever I come here. And somebody said this to me, that don't you think that Tsimikas even looks better to come in and perform well in the slot ball rather than what Robertson could be, because the way he's playing, the way he does it, the way he's so comfortable with the ball, the way he's able to fight and get the ball, especially knowing that every single time whenever they're in defense, they're under attack, it now looks like under slot that there'll always be somebody who's there to help out in defense, especially with this double pivot that he likes to do. It is always going to be interesting to see how that one plays out like, but I don't know. I feel like we are just sleeping on Tsimikas, and it looks like this could be the season he shines. Really shines. Jones, Raw has a lot more, the Raw that is playing has a lot more responsibility than previously under Klopp, taking time to adjust to the Raw, and he has a tendency of turning into trouble. He needs to be more quicker. When I'm talking about this, I've said this so many times, better in the final third than he is defensive third, displayed by his runnings to the goal he scored today. And I think I talked about this when I was saying that Jones is really looking excited and comfortable in the slot ball, but one thing that I did notice from him was that when he has to release the ball, he's taking so much time, and he finds himself in trouble, putting so much pressure into the defensive third of the team. And I feel like he has to be very careful and try to find the best way to move with the ball. So it's really going to be interesting to see how he plays it and what he does. But one thing that he has to improve is his ball control. What he does with the ball, he has to be very careful with it, because it's really important. The other one is Ryan Gravenberch. They say that player of the first half looked comfortable receiving under pressure, and did it with style, covered the ground well, and made several interceptions in the midfield, showed why he had so many suitors when he burst into the scene at Ajax. So this was something that was interesting, because I think he got to fit into the ball that everyone got comfortable with watching him at Ajax, and he just got so many people excited over, because he looked so comfortable with what he was doing with the ball, the movement, and how he was actually receiving the ball and moving with it. He covered so much ground, did so many good jewels, and it was exciting to see. So I'm curious to see how he is able to, adjust under the underslot position, because so many people, even me, I think I said that if we saw what Trey Nyoni was doing, I feel like Gravenberch can also do that, because he has almost a similar body structure to Trey, even though Trey is still young, and he can also move with the ball at ease. So I feel like he could actually develop so well. Let's see. It's just 1 week with the manager. He could be even better. Carvalho, that's another one, people, and what they had to say was that he has a strong technical base and linked well in attack, works back too, feels he deserves a season to see if he is really elevated his game. But with so many players in this position and Gordon in the possibility of arriving, I cannot see a player of his ability not finding a home elsewhere whenever he wants regular football, and he deserves to play regular football. This is according to what they had to say, that he is a good player, but maybe he's just coming at the wrong time. I don't think that the golden deal is still happening. I'm just being honest, as the things are looking like, I don't think that it's going to happen, because I think I heard that they're demanding around 85 million pounds, and I don't think Liverpool pay that. So I feel like he could actually be able to be one of the pivotal players in this team. Of course, he might not play so many games in the beginning of the season, but as the season progresses, I feel like he's going to be used even way more when the Champions League comes in and things are starting to heat up. I feel like he will be very important. He's showing that he's really good, and he could actually be to be one of the best. So we have to keep an eye on what happens with him. Jota looks better in position, made clever runs, and always a threat if he stays fit in the season. If he stays fit through the season, he will score 20 plus goals, create spaces for Salah where he is most dangerous, and always make the runs between the posts. And that's something that is really interesting. One thing about Diogo Jota, that whether you might say anything about how good he is, because we always say that he is the best goal scorer in the Liverpool squad, one thing that is good at as well is also being intelligent enough to know how to put the defenders with him, creating spaces for the likes of, at this moment, Salah and Cavalier, to make sure that they do so well. And it was even improved. It was even proven with the assist that he gave Cavalier in the game against Manchester United, which was played earlier in the morning or yesterday if you're in the US. There is a lot to expect from Diogo Jota, and I just pray that with what we saw after Slot was able to see that there are some needle injuries on when he was looking at Szoboszlai, if he's able to really pay attention, if the medical department pays attention to Diogo Jota, it might save him so much, so that he doesn't find himself in trouble and getting so many injuries. So we have to look at what happens with that one. Salah looked sharp, great assist for the second goal. Normal business has resumed for him, a leader of the attack and always an option on the counter. Shows his grind and his testing times as a player. Liverpool can still rely on the Egyptian king. One thing that I did see with Salah, I think, which is very important, I think he has been so happy. It feels like he's really enjoying what is happening in this new system he's playing with the new manager, being given the road to roam around to do what he wants. I think it's exciting for him. I feel like he is going to thrive in that system. I think he's going to be getting into the positions which he can impact the game more and actually help in more in assist as well as goals. So I'm going to be really curious to see how the Egyptian king actually does it, but it looks like it's an exciting thing that is happening with the Egyptian king. So let's see what happens with this one. These are all, by the way, the players who were in the US tour that I'm covering, and I think the last one, the Salah was the last one. I'm just going to talk about the manager before we go. This is what they had to say about Slot. They said, team looks organized and display a distinctive structure which only is a short in which it is only in a short period of time. Press looks organized and a clear pathway in which forward transaction can actually take heed. And with 7 first team players to arrive, which I've just mentioned on Tuesday, the future looks bright for Liverpool. So this is what we have to say about the manager, that he has already shown that he has put a structure over the team, and he's already showing how he wants the team to play in the defensive, and the players who are there, even if they're less, they're doing so much good work in terms of those positions, as well as how they're able to do going forward. So there is that belief that he is going to get the best out of this Liverpool squad. So I want to know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think of Arne Slot? What do you think of how Liverpool are playing and exactly how they're doing it? Because it looks like each and every analysis pundit, or those nerds that enjoys to play the numbers game, when it comes to Liverpool, they are really rating it in high regards, because they see this team as one of the teams that is going to surprise the whole entire world, or maybe the entire ecosystem. I don't know, but it seems like they are really enjoying what they're seeing from Liverpool. Let me know if you agree from this. I saw this post, if you want to go read it, from the Pycoderas Boots or something like that. It's there on Twitter. I think I'll leave a link in the description for this one. I would advise that you go check it out. They were just talking about what they saw from Liverpool and what they're expecting in partnership with Liverpool admin, so that they give a better analysis over what's happening with the team. There's a lot of things to be excited about. Virgil van Dijk is back. Ed Axa still preparing to be showing what he can do. Virgil is back. Trent, I feel like is back. I'm curious to see what Arne Slot will do with him. Lucho Diaz is back. I know he's one of the best, and I feel like if Arne Slot can make him actually score some couple of goals, he's gonna be one of the best. Darwin Núñez, I need more goals from this guy. I need him to be very, very impactful with what he does. It's gonna be exciting as well to see how he gets the best out of them. Cody Gakpo, make him play to this position, to his strength, get him performing what we want him to do. I think he will do that, is really, to be honest. So I'm excited. So what I'm going to ask from you people, which is really important, is you click the like button, you subscribe to the Connect, so that you never miss another video when we drop one. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you have learned a bit from this Liverpool team and what's going to be happening going forward. I'm out. Subscribe to the Connect. We'll see you on another one. Peace. We're out.